Moon. My name's Blake Cousins, and we just released an amazing video in regards to free energy. It was dubbed The Machine, and Dr. John Searle claims he has it and has been working on it for over 60 years. Regarded as many the godfather of free energy of 0 point energy, and we're here with special guests all the way from the UK. Get ready, guys. We're here right now live with Dr. John Searle. Thanks for joining us right here at Third Phase of Moon.
To be welcome on your show.
Well, it's a real pleasure having you on the show, and it's amazing with Skype and this technology that we're able to do this right now. We want to get the word out about this free energy device, and the first question I have for you, what is it going to take to start mass producing these things and getting it out to the general public, in places around the world that need this energy where places can't have it?
Something here, I don't think people appreciate the problems ahead of us on the energy side. They have not faced a serious disruption in the odd places like New York. That's not enough to wake people up. What we need is a situation where the whole country lost power for a week or more. Then they wish they had their GG. Then they'll be crying for their GG. Then we'll be ready to give it to them. But if you're waiting for the day when there's no electricity, then when it hits you, you're crying. Unfortunate, I can't do nothing if we haven't got the machines in mass production. It takes everyone putting together to make it happen. We can do it, and we must. It's not a question, we can wait another 10 years. It's now we got to do it.
Everybody from around the world listening right here on Third Phase of Moon, everybody is very interested in this. The response was huge right here on YouTube in regards to this video that you shared with us. We really appreciate it. What can the viewers and the people listening from around the world, what can they do to get this technology out right now, like you're saying?
Well, first of all, I think most viewers have newspaper, reporters, television, radio. Is to tell them or ask them, please look at the websites, look for yourself, see what we are offering, and then support us. Let's hit the world with the news. Let's get it out there before it's too late and I'm gone.
You're exactly right. Everybody listening right now, we have the link below to the website, to Mr. Searle's website and the information. Put in your donations, do whatever it takes to get the funding to get this out, because the way he's explaining it, the way I'm listening, it's like, 10 years from now might be too late. The powers might want to shut this down, and if we don't act now, then we may never have a chance. Mr. Searle, how old are you right now, and do you think we could get this disclosed out to the public and get this on a mass scale?
In 1963, 1968, this should have been on the market. Unfortunately, for some reason, it gets greedy. The person that thinks that, I can do this, I don't need Johnson. I can do this for half the price in half the time. And they have no idea how to do it. But their action of stealing the idea from you to make themselves rich is all through greed and ignorance. Ignorance because they have no idea how to make it, and greed because they think they're going to make millions of dollars. And everyone suffers through this stuff, stupid behavior. It's a positive people. Let's work together. Let's make it happen. All together, it will happen. But on my own, I can't do nothing. Get to work that is just greedy and ignorant.
We love your passion here and your motivation to, help the world out, because the global energy crisis has kind of maximized here in the past 10 years. It's coming to a peak at this time in our world right now. What can you explain to us about this machine quickly, about what is its capabilities? Let's talk about maybe powering up a city. How large would it have to be, and is it possible to, power up a city with this free energy device that you created?
How large is the SEG, and could you power a city with it?
Well, the beauty about the SEG, you can stack smaller units on top of each other in a vertical column. They do not interfere with each other. So this is a beautiful machine. If you power the city, you can make them 1 meter diameter and then perhaps put 10 in a stack, a vertical stack, and feed the whole city. The things we've got to remember is that, okay, it costs money today, costs have gone up shocking, but there's no wear or tear. There should be no reason why it should stop before time stops. So it's an investment that you hand down to your generation, they hand it to their, and on and on. In your car, if you don't like the body 10 years, rip it off. Body on you like, carry on. You do not have to replace the driving source. You just have to check the motors on the wheels every 2 years. That the insulation all right. But the power unit, there is nothing you have to do. It looks after itself. And it cleans, keep the air in the car perfect, clean, more oxygen, make you feel good. And you absolutely feel great on any long trip you do. Because you're not stressed by the positive state around you. You've got a negative state around you. And that's where the brain is happy.
So, John, you're talking about a power device that goes into a standard electric automobile and powers that automobile. How long will it last?
Well, last you and your family, their family, their family. Well, let's take it. When time stops, the engine will run out. There is no wear or tear involved. The only machine I know of in the world that can do that. They all will produce heat. This does not produce heat. It produces cool conditions. Therefore, you do not lose energy from it, which you do from suddenly getting very hot.
Hey, Blake, if you don't mind, Brad here, did you guys get some questions on your comment board from that little...
That's a good question. Let's go to some of the comments right now of what we've got right here at Third Phase of Moon. Just stand by, and we're gonna take a look at some of the comments and see if there's any questions for Sorrel. From Faithful Future, he says the step into the anti-gravity. One must be curling left and right. The product on the vacuum seems like an airplane, and let's see. And it's like an orbit. Do you think some of this technology, basically what I think Faithful Future is saying is, do you think this technology could, make anti-gravity, devices, or, get traveling faster without the high energy cost for air travel?
Claims he does, and he's had it for over 60 years. John Searle is known as the godfather of free energy, zero-point energy.
As far as the anti-gravity goes, that's really one of those phrases that is misapplied to Searle's work. Now, the SEG in an overloaded state, that is, the electrons build up to such a level that it begins to have a problem in terms of the Earth's gravitational force. It is not an anti-gravity device by any stretch. It is actually an inverse relationship to the magnetic field of planet Earth, and at the same time, you have a vortex effect in the Earth's atmosphere. Why? Because in the Earth's atmosphere, you have lots of moisture, and as we know, moisture is a dipole molecule. It has a plus and a minus side. And that magnetic device is spinning at such a rate of speed, it begins to turn the atmosphere as if there's an inverted tornado on the top and on the bottom of the device. So you have two effects really going on. in terms of relationship to the Earth. It will actually have its own relativity, and therefore react to the Earth's gravitational force. But it also spins the atmosphere in such a way that the atmosphere, like a standard tornado, is sucking it up. It sucks it up through the atmosphere. It sort of pulls it up. John, carry on with that.
But the thing, it's a perfect vehicle shape for space travel. And of course, in the air, what happens is we have electrons slide out at the pins around the vessel. There's 64 pins that discharges these electrons. Now, when they discharge, they come out as photons. Now, photons are trapped in the magnetic field around the equator of the craft. Now, when they bump against each other, they become negative ions. There are probably black photons contained in it, but these negative ions are heavier than the normal ones. And therefore, we got some heavy electrons or black photons going back into the craft, which has a lot more energy. And thus, we are using energy we spent, and we just restored it back to the planet, and it's given us it back. And scientists said, in that case, when it returns to your craft, it does no work. Well, let's face this way. You've got a big dam. Your water is rushing down. It turns the cups of a big wheel. That in turn turns an axle to a generator. Produces electricity, works presses, pump holes in metal, and then a pump the water back to the reservoir. Are you telling me, as expert, all those holes will suddenly be filled up again with those metal part wastes as if nothing's happened? Because that is what you're telling me is happening with the IGV. This is ridiculous to make such statements as a scientist. Here is something that should be looked into, not stamped on as impossible. Why? Because you're not one of them. And they've got to protect their image. They don't want John Searle living in a country, well, forest or whatever you like to call it, telling them he can do something they can't. And the reason why they can't do it is because they don't want to look at it. Because they do it, they get loans for what they're doing. Their loans will stop if they created this technology. And they feel they won't have a job. But the SGG will come, and they've got to learn to be retrained to do other work.
Describe the launch of the...
Professor Searle, could you explain to me when you started to, come up with this design 60 years ago, and what inspired you to come up with the concept?
What inspired you to come up with the SEG?
Well, it's dreams. I had two types of dreams, and they came each one twice a year. I called them Dream 1, Dream 2, Dream 1, Dream 2. So you had 4 dreams each year for 6 years. Basically, that's some of the mathematics of how to work the SG out. What he was telling me, it's a simple game, hopscotch. I'm sure you played that as a child at school. It's a simple game, and this always came up in the first dream. I'm always standing in square 2. Why? Why was my pebble always in square 3? Why was I about to cross over to square 4 and I'm frozen? And all the children playing with me are gone. Now, the steamroller, being the only motorized vehicle I knew at the time, is coming towards me, many times bigger. That is going to cost me, going to flap me into the ground. I wake up screaming. Now, when we look at this steamroller, we see that there's 2 giant rollers on the axle, which change each day. It's telling you the 2 outer segments of the roller set only steers it along the bar. When we do a full solid roller, which I did, we find that when you let go at the end of the bar, it tends to move and twists and locks. Now, I said to John Thomas when I was demonstrating it, what would you do? I've no idea. Well, I looked at my dream and we always got 8 squares. So what happens if I cut this bar in 8 separate parts and magnetize each one as an individual magnetized material? I did. Then I handed that set of it. I said, no, you put that on that bar. Now you let go, and what happens? It goes up and down, because the outer 2 segments are steering it along that bar. That's why it will never come off. And the scientists claiming it will shoot off if it moves. It does not, because the plate, as I term it, is like planet Earth. The roller sets are like the moon. They keep to the same laws and the same rules. So I knew that the rollers will never fly off, no matter what speed they go at. And we've demonstrated that at the lab. I don't know if you've ever been to the lab and seen the demonstration. The rollers will never fly off. They can't.
Wow, there's so much information that's coming in here, and we're just hitting the tip of the iceberg. This is just a little sample of what information we're going to get from Professor John Searle. And we really want to thank Bradley Lockerman for setting this up, this amazing interview all the way from the UK. Mr. Professor John Searle, we really appreciate you coming forward and sharing your machine with us, and look forward to more updates coming up this week.
Thank you. It's an honor to come on your show. Let's give the power to the people now.
Power to the people. Incredible. And if anybody out there has captured anything amazing in regards to UFOs, you could contact us at Third Phase of Moon via Skype or Facebook. My name's Blake Cousins, and we'll see you again next time.